vengeance.
Welcome to another top 5 with Kris 05, guys. Today we'll look at 5 of the best Hearthstone decks for climbing to Legend in Scholomance Academy. The meta is not looking too shaky anymore, and even the top 5 from 2 weeks ago is still pretty relevant, but still, an update is in order. I will feature 5 of the best performing decks out there right now, and I will also mention a lot of the other good working archetypes out there too at the end of the video, so watch till the end. I hope you enjoyed the video, and if you do, a like would get more eyeballs on the video, and a subscribe would be awesome too. Less than 25% of the people watching my videos are subscribers, so it would be really nice if you guys hit that subscribe button. Now, let's get into the video. The first list on the video has to be the Libram Paladin I showed you in my last top 5 and also in my last video guide. It's still an amazing deck to climb to Legend with, even though it's not as amazing in top 1000 Legend. So since the video is about the best decks to climb with to Legend, I really think Libram Paladin has to be in here. The stats for Diamond to Legend for the past 3 days are filled with Libram Paladin lists with over 60% win rate each. So if it's easy Legend you want, you can't go wrong with Libram Paladin. Even though it did survive the first wave of nerfs, I still believe it's gonna get hit pretty soon, so keep that in mind if you need to craft too many cards for it. I really don't think there's need for me to go into detail about this deck again though. Just check out my last deck guide about it, and you will have a pretty good idea what you can do with it. Also, feel free to contact me on Facebook or Discord if you want to arrange a coaching session with me, so we can arrange the payment and the timing for the session. Now, let's move on to the next deck. Rogue definitely saw a huge spike in popularity and power after the new expansion came out, and for good reason. It has been doing really great all around the ranks, and it's closing games really fast. The main reason why Rogue is doing so well right now is the new Secret Passage, and it helps all of its archetypes because it gives it huge amounts of steam and flexibility when it needs it the most. In the last top 5 we talked about Aggro Rogue, and that one is still doing pretty good. But today let's talk about Weapon Rogue, which seems to be the strongest of the bunch. The list runs the aggressive stealth package again, but it also utilizes the great synergies between the new self-sharpening swords and weapon buffs, and it can throw Dread Corsairs for free. This version has great damage output, and it actually opts for more consistency rather than trying to fit the new Steel Dancers in there. Those definitely have a lot of merit and logic to get included in this deck, but for now, this version seems to be doing best for this archetype. If you do prefer the Steel Dancers, then the Wand Thief has to go. Jandis Barov can also be pretty cool in this deck, but the Scimitar gives you better consistency, so the choice is yours. For the matchups, green is the dominant color. The only decks you might have some troubles with would be fast decks like Face Hunter and Gibberling Druid. Anything else is close to 50 and beyond, so climbing should not be an issue for you. For the mulligan, sharpening swords are basically always a keep, since that's your main idea. Keeping a Sage is also not a bad idea, since you have plenty of small stealth dudes. But I would assume you have to choose between the sword and the Sage if you get both of them in your mulligan, because keeping both if you are going first is not gonna be too hot for you. A good early stealth minion would always be a good keep for you, and depending on the matchup, a backstab might also help. If you already have the weapon, I would assume it's not a bad idea to keep the poison as well, but I think that might be a bait. Make sure to never keep Cutting Class and Doctor, and only keep Secret Passage if you're going second and you already have a good curve going. The deck is definitely not a bad crafting choice, since it's super cheap, very effective and pretty fast too. I do expect Secret Passage to get nerfed soon, but I do believe that the deck will survive it and it will remain strong after that too, so craft away. Other than that, there are plenty of other stealth, secret and weapon rogue archetypes out there that are going very strong too, so that makes the class even stronger, because your opponent is never gonna be too sure what exactly he's playing against. From cheap to cheaper, let's see Face Hunter now. This is a fairly new take on the Face Hunter archetype, and it's actually not running the side quests. It's utilizing the new 1-mana tour guide, which helps you throw those hero power synergy cards a turn or two early, which is pretty nice. It's also running 2 Voracious Readers in there, cause you will be running out of steam fairly quickly. There are plenty of versions of this list, but the ones not running the Hyenas seems to be doing better for now. You have some beast synergies in here too, with Scavenger's Ingenuity pulling you your Face Stalkers or Big Bunnies, and you have Kill Command for that finisher reach as well. Not too many secrets in here, but the ones we're running you might want to switch up, because most people will expect these two from your deck. You have to think about how you can maximize your damage, and you have to find a balance between value and tempo, since if you just chuck out your cards on the board without any follow-up, that wouldn't be too effective. So try to figure not only your current turn, but what you will be doing on your next turn too, if you really want to be climbing with this deck. For the matchups, only Demon Hunters and Secret Rogues can pose a threat for you. you should be fast enough to win the game from any other archetype, at least most of the time, but there are quite a few 50-50 matchups too. For the mulligan, you want your good 1-drops and your Face Stalker. Think about the possible synergies you might have, and you might keep cards like Ingenuity and Dragonbane for instance. But don't get baited into keeping cards like Unleash the Hounds, Animal Companion, and Secrets. With a deck like yours, you should really be considering your free drops as 10 drops, so there's that. Is it worth the craft? Well, I mean it's only 3k dust, and if you already enjoy Hunter, you probably already have Dragonbane, so you should be close to having it already. Same as Rogue, games are short and they're probably gonna be wins too, so it would be a very good crafting choice for you. Honestly, I'm not sure what can get nerfed in this deck, so you should be safe on that aspect, but a meta shift against it is also possible, but in the end of the day, it's only 3k dust. If you're feeling fancy, you can throw over 10,000 dust on Highlander Hunter instead, which is also seeing a rise in power again, so you will be having choices. Small Spell Mage is another deck that needs to be in this top 5. The list is starting to get more and more refined, and it's stepped away from its OTK shenanigans for a more consistent tempo feel. The deck is not gonna be easy for you to master, and no game will feel the same, since you have plenty of random spell generators in there that will test your creativity. It's also one of the lists with the most new cards in it, so you will be having a lot of fun. It's packed with plenty of single target control tools, and it has the devolving missiles too, which can be pretty devastating for decks like Libram Paladin for instance. The idea with the deck is to tempo out while you stall out your opponent's board, and you have your 2 mana giants as big hitters, which can come down relatively fast. Firebrands deal with most of the early game boards, and fUAwA is a nice early game minion, which also can generate a lot of board for you too. Jandice can be used in plenty of cheeky ways, where you can pick the bigger minion to try to fool your opponent, especially if they have close healths. Solarian is also pretty important here, because the Prime can single-handedly swing games hard on its own, and you have Evocation for a lot of random spells in the late game too. For the matchups, Soul Demon Hunter and Gala Warlock won't be too easy, and some rogues might be a problem too. But the real problem would be Bomb Warrior, since you lack any sustain and you can't really freeze their face too. Their arsenal of board wipes usually is enough to stall you out, so if you're seeing too many of those, you won't be happy, but the rest is great. For the mulligan, Solarian, Sorcerer's Apprentice, and Cram Session would be on the top of your list. But same goes for Primordial Studies, Lab Partner, and sometimes Firebrand too, depending on the matchup. Wand Thief is cool when you can combo her, and if you're already curving out nicely, you can think about keeping Ross or Shenvala too. Think about the possible matchups, and you might want to keep some of your control E2s as well. The deck is not too cheap, but it seems to be doing really great right now, so you have to decide if you can spare that much dust for it. I'm not sure what can get nerfed from it, although Sorcerer's Apprentice definitely is showing signs of a problematic card for far too long, and she might stop discounting spells below 1 mana like a lot of other cards. Other than that, Highlander Mage is still a pretty good pick for skilled players, and Tortolon Mage is quite disgusting too, so you have options. And finally, let's talk about Bomb Warrior. The new expansion gave it a few tools that can help you stall out the game even longer, with Baroth and Coerce, and now with Doctor you can swing even longer, and you can use Cutting Class for a more reliable card draw. You have to play the deck with a controlling mentality and let the bombs do their thing, and we have Galakron and Krunks for some late game chip damage too. It would be pretty hard for you not to find your Wrench Calibers since you have 2 of those and you also have 2 caches, and after that you can recycle them with your Horde Pillagers too. Not to mention Krastinov and Upgrade should help you keep swinging for longer as well. You are running 2 Brawls here, but you might decide to swap one of them for a Plague, since you don't have too much of a board presence for great Brawl outcomes for you. For the matchups, despite popular belief, Bomb Warrior is very unfavored against Libram Paladin, even though it does remove their pure aspect. Libram Paladin just has too much healing and big boards, so usually it's an easy win for them. Aggro and Tempo Demon Hunter are also a problem here, and so is Hunter. Big Warrior has too much armor for it, and Stealth and Weapon Rogue chip at it too fast too. But other than that, it's not bad. A lot of not so skilled players are also skewing the results here, so keep that in mind. For the mulligan, Cash is your best bet, and defensive cards like Baroth and Bladestorm is also not bad. If you don't have Cash, but you have the weapon instead, then you keep that one for sure. But if you already have Cash or Wrench Caliber, you can think about keeping Upgrade or Doctor as well. Think about what kind of removal will you need against each particular matchup, and mulligan accordingly with your removals. This list is quite expensive, so it wouldn't be such a great idea for you to craft it from scratch. It's slower than the rest, and the win rates are lower too, but if you have most of the cards, it would be a good idea for you to try it. I don't assume anything from it is gonna get nerfed anytime soon, so you should be safe on that section. If you prefer a faster deck, then Enraged Warrior might be better for you, since it started to see a rise in power and high legend again, so that might be worth a shot. Big Warrior might also be interesting for you, but again, it's slower and the win rates are not as high as the other two. So these are gonna be the 5 featured lists for this top 5. Like I said, there are plenty of other good archetypes out there too. For Shaman, Spell Damage Shaman might start seeing more popularity soon, and Totem Shaman has its moments too. We did hear about a Quest Shaman killing it in High Legend too, so that might be a thing in the future. For Druid, Gibberling, Guardian and Malygos are all doing quite fine. And like I said, Guardian Druid kinda survived the Kael'thas nerf with swapping it out for Mount Sellers. Demon Hunter can go for Control, Aggro or Soul, and they're all doing pretty great with similar win rates, so you have options there. Warlock can also go for the Pain Zoo variant, or you can go for Galakron, and some people are still finding good success with Quest Warlock too. And for Priest, it's either just Galakron Priest or Highlander Priest. Although it did start seeing a drop in popularity and in power, it can still be annoying as hell. A version that actually dropped Galakron and is focusing more on stealing minions from the board is also seeing a rise in popularity, so that might be a new direction for Priest. Anyway, that's gonna be it for this video, guys. Hope this helps you make an educated pick on what you might want to be climbing with next. Drop a like if you enjoyed the video and subscribe if you're new. It doesn't cost you anything. Thanks for watching. I'm Kris05 and I'll see you in my next video or stream.